Okay, so hello again. Weekday Game is official here, and today we have a bit of news on what is going to be on pre-order. So if you pre-order Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you get different things depending on which retailer you get from. Um, so as you may know, that there will be standard versions of the games. That means you'll just get the figurine and that's it. Now, we don't know if that, because with Legends Arceus, you got both the Steelbook as well as the, what they call it, the figurine. Now, I don't know if that's the case because with this, there's also the dual pack, which you get a gold pack. So we just don't know if it's only open to people, because when you go on to the game.co.uk, it tells you what you will get with it, and I think it's just certain places which get the Steelbook edition. They have got um, the dual pack where you get both games with it as well as a gold case. So there's There's three different steelbooks. There's Violet Steelbook, Scarlet Steelbook, and the dual pack. Same as Sword and Shield, the gold pack. The gold Steelbook. But in the UK, we have finally got what we're gonna get, and it's this figurine. It's a bit like what we got with Sword and Shield. So when you got the Sword and Shield, you got him with Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble figurine. Well, we will be getting Sprigatito, Quaxley, and Fuecoco figurine. There will also be an event going off in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to get your Pikachu, your flying Pikachu terror thing, so you can territalize your Pikachu, which will turn Pikachu from an electric type to a flying type. It's quite interesting because I don't know much about this mechanic. All we know is that it can change the type, but also it can turn it into like a stab move. So that's all we know. But pre-orders are different which country you're from. So you could end up in Japan. They always end up, you pre-ordering the game and getting something really cool. We don't know what you would get with Pokemon at the Pokemon Center UK. But if you pre-order the game on the eShop, you get a load of you get a revive, a nugget, I think. Is it a nugget? And other things as well. Like, not Pokeballs, but like healing items and items that you can sell. So that was basically, so it depends on which country you're from. If you're from Australia, you might get something different from the UK. Or if you live in America, you could get something different from the UK. It's just how things work. And this also means that GameStop will be, I think, giving away a special code. Now, I don't know if that's true, to get an item. I don't know, because GameStop is different depending on the region you are from. So if you're from Ireland, which Ireland does have GameStop, then you'll have to find out. But people living in Ireland can actually pre-order from the Pokemon Center. So Pokemon Center UK have a pre-order coming up. I don't know what it is. So people living in Ireland, the UK, America, they all have Pokemon Centers, online. So you'd be, like seeing what is going on pre-order. So this has just come up today, the figurine. Um, I plan on doing a live stream because finally I have some information about my laptop. It's arrived, but not fully operational yet. So we're gonna see, because I still need to get like a what they call it, antivirus protection thing, and they cost quite a bit. Also, I'm still waiting for my capture card for my Switch, which hopefully arrives tomorrow. But I will be out. I will be out all day tomorrow. There's a little Switch meet in the local town where I live, and they have been having a Pokemon meet as well. So that's quite interesting. So if you live in the Barnsley area, and you live locally, go check it out. It's called Geek Retreat, and they every around about 6 p.m. They have a Pokemon meet where you can actually play, like Pokemon Sword and Shield, Legends Arceus, BDSP, any game from Pokemon series. Like if you can bring in your older games as well. But I'm also planning on doing a Halloween tournament online for Sword and Shield, which is, in a way, I want to do it as a farewell tournament for Sword and Shield as well. So Halloween tournament to mix in with, like, thank you for 3 brilliant years of Pokemon, Um, uh, you will see the poster later on. I will be doing that in September. Registration will be online, so you will be on Pokemon Sword and Shield. It will be one of them friendly tournaments, so you can actually enter it. It will be only Ghost, Poison, Bug, Dark, and Psychic and Fairy that will be allowed to be run. And you can use certain legendary Pokemon like Mewtwo, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Fini kind of things, But we won't. You can also use Mew as well if you want. Depending, you can use even Eternatus, but because not many people are running Eternatus now. I'm really shocked. Also, we will be doing a lot of co-op when Scarlet and Violet come out. We'll be taking our time through the game, so we won't be just sailing through it like some people will be. Like speed, like the speed people who speed through it. So I won't be doing that. I will be shiny hunting on day 1, but I will let you guys know that I will be pre-ordering it on eShop as well as in store. So that's kind of cool. Also, World Championships in London, you can stream on Twitch and YouTube, which is kind of cool because they're going to reveal the new TCG set for Scarlet and Violet, which is kind of cool. Hopefully, we might get a new Pokemon like they do with previous World Championships, like they did with the Galarian Weezing, if you remember, and the Crabrawler and the Libra Pikachu for Pokemon Tournament, the Mega Kangaskhan and the Mega Slowbro as well, which is kind of cool. So they might end up revealing quite a few details about the new set and a brand new Pokemon for the games, which kind of, is going to be super. I don't know, I really don't know much about it, but the merchandise for the World Championships looks amazing. The mascot Pikachu looks really great, holding the 2 blue and red flowers. Also, Roserade is one of the one of the mascots for the Worlds as well. So it's kind of weird because I weren't thinking about, like Rose Red being one of them. I thought, like, because it's London, I was like thinking maybe some steampunk kind of thing. Like with, I would have suggested, because steampunk is like metal and, like different kinds of metal, like metal goggles and everything. I thought, what better way to actually have Clink, a pair of gears, to do this? But yeah, so that's kind of amazing as well. I'm really looking forward to the world, the streaming of the World Championships. I will not be going to the Worlds, but I will be rooting for a few people who are going to be in. Also, I will be rooting for, my own country, which is UK. So yeah, hopefully they end up doing really well. I know this year's been, last year and year before has been a bit meh, you know. Um, I kind of really like the concept of this new mechanic in game, this new gimmick. I know, some people don't like the hats for the territorialize, but it's going to change up VGC completely. It's going to turn it on its head, I think. Changing from, like a Pokemon that is going to be weak to certain things and then turns out, well, no. Because you could end up getting a Sylveon, just saying, a Sylveon with a Territorialize of Steel, which turns it into a Steel type, which is going to be insane. So that means it won't be weak to Poison, nor will it be weak to Steel. So it would have no weakness to those two things, which is quite interesting. Also, the Riddler-Coup, I'm just literally, like, how does he do it? Like, literally, I know he gets his information from another source, and he, like, literally revealed Fido and said it was going to evolve into another Pokemon, which is kind of cool. And also Titan, which also has a pre-evolved form. I don't know if not really sure, but like I'm really honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Like this is like maybe like a fresh take on the franchise kind of thing. It's you kind of how do I put it? Kind of grown, like because it's like when you played the previous games, like Pokemon, the original Pokemon games, you actually just the 4 boxes. You can't move beyond that square. But now, because now they have the technology to actually create open world games, this is actually a new kind of thing for us. And many people are actually saying, because now we know, some people are actually saying we can now say that we could see a DLC, because I don't think they would actually go back a step, like, because, and bring out a brand new game, which I don't see them doing. What I do see them doing is doing another DLC. I'm hoping maybe the Balearic Islands, like Ibiza and all that, like Mallorca or the Canaries, like part of, like kind of thing. I kind of really like that concept, where you get these little islands, but they're actually quite big islands. And I'm just literally so stoked to play this game. I've been playing for Pokemon for like, what, about 21 years, maybe a bit more than 21 years. 20, maybe 23 years. My first Pokemon game, I played Pokemon Blue. I played my cousin's Pokemon Blue back in the day. Played that, and that's when day one I got straight into it. It told me I could, like literally start the game again. I did, and I was like unsure. Literally had level 100 Pokemon, which, like raising them, and I'm like thinking, are you sure you want me to do this? And he goes, yeah, I want you, like literally to enjoy the game. So I did. And I was hooked on it from day one. And then I came back and he says, what's game? I went, it was brilliant. Just there was no walkthrough guides back in them days. And I didn't, because I didn't think about, like walkthrough books, from game stores and all that. I didn't do that. But I played it and I enjoyed it. And then I kept nagging my mom to buy me a Nintendo Game Boy Color. And, because might have been around about 2000, because we got it a bit later than, America got it 1998. We got it in 1999, 2000. We didn't get the games until maybe 1999, 2000. And then I went to my mom and said, because it was in 2000, it was around about 2001, and we just got gold and silver, and I was like saying to my mom what I want for Christmas. I want the Pokemon Pikachu Game Boy Color with Crystal. And that was my first ever actual Pokemon game I owned. And and that was perfect. I mean, now look where it's got us now. 20 plus years later, we get a game that's got open world and everything. It's just astonishing what now, technology can do. It's just crazy. But yeah, so Pokemon. So if you live in the UK and you've got a local game store, you can actually get the retail exclusive pre-order bonus, which is the figurine. So you get the Sprigatito, Quaxley, and Fuecoco figurine. So yeah, you get it. You get it when you pre-order. I've already pre-ordered my copies of Scarlet and Violet, and then I've already got £50 on eShop as well, so I can pre-order off of that. So I'm not going to pre-order just yet because it's there's still 100 and some round about. I think there's round about 98 days to go until release. Because they get it on the they get it on the 17th. They get it a few days before the release, so that they get every thing when they pre-order. And yeah, I think queues are going to be horrendous. When we get, when we get there. I think they will, because this game, I'll tell you something. I know that Sword and Shield have sold really well, which they have at literally 24.5 million copies. I think if these games do really well, then I think they might outsell Sword and Shield and becoming the second most sold game on not on the Nintendo Switch. I won't say that because you have so many great games on the Switch like Super Smash Brothers, Super Mario Party, and all that. But I think it would outsell Sword and Shield, and I wouldn't say it would outsell Fire. Like Pokemon Red and Blue or Red and Green and all that. or gold and silver, you know. I think it might be. I think they did. I think it did, didn't it? Sword and Shield did outsell gold and silver, I believe. But I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I don't think. Um, I don't think it would like sell past red and red and blue or gold, maybe gold and silver. I would suggest it might be roundabout. I would suggest it would just push past the Sword and Shield. So I would suggest it might go for like 26 point something million copies. I'm not going to be spontaneous and say about 32.7 million copies. I'm going to suggest that it could be 26 or 27 million copies. That's a guess, because if it's anything, because you want it to be good, better than what they call it. You want it to be better than Sword and Shield. I know there's been a lot of complaints about the trees and the Pokédex, but these are actually, if you think about it, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have new models. They're not based the models on Sword and Shield, so you can't just argue to the fact that these Pokemon are from Sword and Shield and they're not. This is actually a new engine that they're using for Scarlet and Violet. They're using the same engine as Legends Arceus, and between Legends Arceus and something else, Pokemon Snap as well. Because it kind of reminds me, because one of the missions is to complete the Pokédex, if you remember, and it's taking pictures of wild Pokemon, which is kind of cool. And it kind of gives you that inkling of being a photographer as well, than being a Pokemon trainer. So I do like the concept of these, different stories that, you don't have one set story, which in Sword and Shield, it was completing the gym challenge. So I like how, there's multiple stories that you must take in order to complete. I like that when you get multiple different things, that one path isn't going to end the game. It's got multiple paths which would end the game. But you can do it in moderation, so you can change from the three stories in your own way. So you might want to start one gym, and then go back to your other story, and then go back to the other gym, and then another story. It kind of gives you that power, that motivation of decisions. Decision making. Which way will you go? Will you, complete the Pokédex is one of them. Because that's actually, I would suggest that's a story that that has always been. Trying to complete the Pokédex is one thing, to try and get the shiny charm. And I think the shiny charm will be in Sword and Shield. It's just, not Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet. So I think, because it's been in there for a while, and with rumours going around, from beta play, somebody playing the beta test, saying that the breeding mechanics are no longer in. And I don't know how this works, because this guy who says there's a thing called Pokemon Picnic, which replaces maybe Pokemon Ami and Pokemon Camp, which kind of gives you that inkling, that inkling of maybe you can take care and feed your Pokemon kind of thing, and wash them. And some Pokemon don't like getting washed, and sometimes you might get lucky and find an egg. Now, one thing I always, because when we saw that if there was no breeding, does this mean that the starters will be shiny? Can we soft reset shiny Pokemon? Because I know the two legendary Pokemon, Koraidon and Miraidon, are not going to be shiny. And it was also confirmed that when you were playing Pokemon Sun and Moon, that Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini weren't shiny either because of in Sun and Moon. Yeah. So that, I mean, I'm hoping that you can hunt them. I'm hoping that you can hunt them shiny. I don't want to, like, not do it, like literally hunt them shiny, and you can't, like, and then you can't do it, which is, it's wrong. It's wrong. But then in Legends Arceus, you can get Cyndaquil, like Cyndaquil and all that in massive mass outbreaks, which has the potential to be shiny. Both, like Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Routlet can be shiny. In all massive mass outbreaks, what they can't be is shiny at the start of the game. So when you start the game and you get your first starter, they cannot be shiny. So maybe we will be able to get them shiny in a different way. So we just don't know. We just don't know. There's a lot of things that, we don't know about the game yet. All we know is that Riddler-Coup also stated that Lechonk's shiny colouring is actually white. So it turns from black to white, which is obvious because certain Pokemon do change a different, like very different colour. So like Miltank turns from pink to white, and Grimmsnarl turns from black to white. So that's kind of a thing, like a thing. I don't think we'll probably get I'm surmising we'll probably get the last trailer in October now, because if we get another trailer, like with the new Pokemon in at the World Championships, I don't think we will get another trailer in September. We'll probably get it in October. I mean, we were 2 months out, of the what they call it for the like the trailer and information. Because normally we would get information in July, but sometimes we got it in August as well. So it makes a lot of sense because of when you're doing a pre-order, you want to get people excited and then let them pre-order the games, which I think is a better way to go, because first off, you're pre-ordering your games, and then you don't want people to not pre-order without giving them more information about the games, like reveal new Pokemon and new items, new characters as well. So I think that's it. So I kind of understand where this is coming from, but if you want to know more information about pre-orders, go check your local retail, and they might give you information on what's going to be in the pre-order. So I've already pre-ordered my Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They haven't changed the what they call it yet, the box art for Scarlet and Violet in game. It's just what they call it. I don't know what's going on, but pieces of their leaves are actually not falling, but being blown. I don't know if it's leaves or grass. I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you don't know what your pre-orders are, just check on. Just go and check out your local retail, or check online on your retailer, on your local retailer, to see which pre-orders they are. Everybody will get this for pre-ordering. So if you pre-order your games now, you will get this. I pre-ordered mine on day, like the first day I got it. Yeah. So this is what everybody will get. So yeah. Also, there will be a special event at Geek Retreat in Barnsley area. So it's on. I think it's not High Street. It's where all charity shops are. So yeah. So they're doing a special co-op play at Geek Retreat. So yeah. So that's going to be quite cool. All right. So that's it for Pokemon news and information about Scarlet and Violet. Also, we will be, playing it when we get our capture card and laptop ready. We will be doing a test stream as well, so a test stream to see if it's working all right. All right, so thank you for listening or watching, and I'll see you guys later on. Bye-bye.